What's up, world? It's your girl, Diva D.
And it's your boy, Trey.
And we would like to welcome everybody to our first episode of The Forum. We apologize in advance because we were supposed to release this on July 1st at 7:30. However, we had technical difficulties, and so we're here. So it was just the devil trying to hold us back. But we are here. We're excited to discuss, our show today. And so, yeah.
Yep. So I know a lot of people might be wondering where this kind of came from. Is it how we did it last time?
Yeah.
Just keep. Well, we here. We finally here. It's been a while. I mean, not a while. It ain't been that long.
It ain't been that long. It was cold outside when we first started. We'll tell you what transpired and what inspired us to do
here.
This. Yeah.
Right, to be here. Well, initially, some of you may know Danielle and I. Our plan was to do a podcast. And it's just, I don't know. For those of you that don't know, you don't know me and Danielle, and if you don't know, I love Danielle's personality. Her personality is just dope to me. It's outgoing, it's real, it's honest, it's raw. And to me, I felt like that was just, too much to just kind of put it on a podcast. I wanted y'all to
He wanted to exploit me.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, yeah. Shit, why not? I mean, you can't just bottle that type of personality up. I wanted to put it out there so you can see and experience what the things that I see and experience when when me and her and everybody else that we involved with on a day-to-day basis kind of see and experience that personality. It's just it's so much more. I just don't think a podcast would have done it justice and done what we're trying to do. I don't think it would bring it justice.
Right. And then podcast is it's just audio.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
For us, our culture is more than just listening. It's visual. It's art. You hear it, you see it, you feel it. And I don't think you can get all that just from listening to somebody. Yeah. You got to see their passion and see. We both, I think, kind of talk with our hands and movements.
It's interaction.
That's what it is. You got to feel that interaction. You can't get that just from listening.
And being able to be hands-on, I think.
And it's why not do this? I mean, it's kind of different. Everybody else is kind of doing a podcast, which ain't nothing wrong with it. Again, that's where the path we was going. It was just, and then actually just clicked one day, you know what? Let's just do the show. Let's just put it out there. Let's do it. Right. And so we here. I'm grateful for being here. Like I said, Danielle is amazing. We here.
See, Trey, if you see him in public, he'll be just quiet,
Wow,
you are quiet in public. When we're in public places with everybody and they spouse and stuff like that, Trey is typically the one in the back with a hoodie on, chilling, not saying nothing. Okay.
I always wear a hoodie.
But I think a hoodie is one of your, that's a favorite piece in your wardrobe. I think hoodie, and because you got all different kinds. You even got sleeveless hoodies.
A couple of those I made myself.
No, but the hoodie thing, that's your thing. Everybody got their thing. Some people like Nike, some people like Adidas. Everybody got their own thing. So, but when we in public, it's like that. But when we are just amongst each other, like I said before or previously, we have family dinners mostly once a week or so. We all get together and we'll sit around the table and talk for hours. And I think that kind of stemmed another thing of why we wanted to broadcast it, because it's a little bit more personable when you put it on camera. But anyway, so Trey almost always plays the devil's advocate. One person will say something I agree, da-da-da-da. And then Trey be but what if he's the but person? But what if, or how, if, y'all don't know if he really meant it like that. I think it mean this and this, that, and the third. And I mean, it's cool to have that second perspective, because a lot of people are afraid to have a different opinion than anybody else. And I you know, I don't really follow trends or people's thinking,
Right.
but you are very cognitively complex. So you're able to see things from different avenues. Like, a lot of us are one-sided with things, I think, and I try to be cognitively complex on a lot of things.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like you are better in that area than I am because
I think I just like to explore other people's reasoning for everything. Like, I feel like in my second life I should have been a psychiatrist. I just like to explore people's thinking and why they do things. Like, I don't just, like, a lot of people nowadays, they just hear stuff and just run with it. They take it and go.
Right.
Like me, I try to understand why
they don't decipher.
Yeah, like I be doing weird shit. Like, like, you ever see people in a restaurant and you try to put, seriously, you be driving and you like try to figure out their story without even.
You know what? I make people whole life up like, oh, he probably cheating on his wife. That's his side. Yeah, I do that all the time. I be like, oh, he probably cheating on his wife. That's his side bitch. He mean her at Old Charlie's, and look, that's probably her daughter, not his. That's probably his baby. But don't nobody know. Like, I really in my head, I be like, what the fuck? And all this I come up with at a red light.
You should probably write a book. I don't go that far. I mean, I just, you know, I might like no offense. Like, if I see, you know how you watch movies and weird stuff happen, like the weird guy get the, you know, the good looking girl or something, and you see that in real life and you kind of put the story together. Like, I don't know, I'll be doing weird stuff. Maybe that's kind of shallow too. I probably shouldn't use that example, but the reason behind why I do what I do, I just, like I said, I just like to think from, you know, outside the box. I try to figure out why people do the things that they do and try to get everybody else to see, because like I said, I've been there a lot where a lot of times people don't understand where I come from when I say or do things.
Right.
So I know how that can feel. I know how that feels. I know how it can be. So I just try to bring every idea to the table, and a lot of times my mind goes into those other places too, and I feel where they come from. Like, big example being Kanye West. Like, I think I'm one of the few people, we won't talk about that, but I think I'm one of the few people that understands where he comes from with a lot of his, you know, and I'm not gonna say my genius is to his level, but I kind of understand sometimes where it comes from. And I think a lot of people take that and they just go, and I feel like you cannot be afraid today, and I feel like today that is a huge problem in our society, our culture. Like, we are so afraid to stand out and be.
Yes, everybody want to be the same.
Yeah, everybody wants to be or just follow suit, because it's like, for me, I've always felt like we put a lot of emphasis on money, like, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Money is everything.
It is, and I feel like if a person has money, we automatically point them as one of our leaders, and we automatically follow suit to that person. Just because a person has money, we feel like they figured it out.
But they could be the most miserable person on earth,
or the dumbest. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like Kanye West said, the people highest up got the lowest self-esteem, and
like,
that's the prettiest people do the ugliest things, and that's true. That is true as fuck. Like, and I don't know. It's just everybody wants something that's packaged pretty. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, people care.
What's on the inside, as long
they don't
as
care as long as it's packaged pretty. Like, that's how they care about. Like, and it's annoying. It's fucking annoying, because, you know, we got people coming up after us that think that certain things define success, certain things define beauty, and that bothers me, because it's like we live in this fucking, everybody try to make it like lollipops and rainbows and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, he got money and did it or whatever, or she in a relationship and she, you know, she always getting bags and all this other stuff. He could be beating her ass behind closed doors. You just never know. Like, people like stuff that's packaged pretty.
That's not funny, but I find it's like,
it's not, but it's true.
I find it, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not like out of touch with reality or anything. I just find it completely I don't know the right word. I don't want to say strange, but in today's age, that there are still men that actually physically abuse women. We'll talk about that in another show.
Right, that's a whole nother thing, ain't it?
For that shit like that makes me sick to the pit of my stomach. Like, but back to what you were saying as far as how things just being packaged pretty. I mean, welcome to the age of social media, man. I mean, I feel like as if our generation wasn't already confused, as millennials, if we weren't already a fucking confused generation. saying? Like,
Right.
I feel like we all, as a generation, we are fucking confused. Like, we don't know if we want to be our own self or if we want to be our parents. Like, we like stuck in the middle. You see these people like, I'm one to admit, like, it's me sometimes too. Like, I don't know if I want to be my own person or follow my parents' example or
right,
like,
because you feel like that's the norm and you feel like that's right.
But at the same time, I just want to be something different. I feel like as a generation, we are completely confused
and lost.
Together. And then you add social media to that mix, man. It's like. It's a mess. It's a recipe for disaster.
It
like,
is.
Everybody wants to look like they got it figured out, or everybody wants to seem like they got it figured out. But
honestly, social media, nobody's struggling. Nobody's fucked up. Everybody lives this perfect life, and I'm the first. I'm very transparent. And I'm like, if I'm broke, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Like we pay our bills, we do this, we do that, but I'm a real live person. And ain't nobody who rich now, they done been broke before. You feel me? Like, so people kill me when they act like, oh, they got it and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
you know
and like I said, even hear you say that now is funny to me because you don't hear that you see it sometimes, or you hear people say it on but it's like nobody wants to admit that now. And
I think people prideful.
And I think it's a when you say and I think people just words are important. Like, the power's in the words. And when you say broke, people automatically go, oh, she broke, she ain't got no money. That's not what she really means.
Right.
Broke just means, shit, I paid all my bills.
Right. I ain't got no extra.
Right?
I ain't got no extra.
And people so afraid to, like, fear. Fear. People are afraid of everything. Like,
they scared to be themselves. Like, but my thing is, Trey, if I don't be myself, then who gonna be me?
Nobody.
Who the fuck gonna be me? Like, I don't get it. Like, people so caught up in trying to be other people and seek validation from other people when you could just be yourself. Alleviate all of that and just be your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's...
But I think a lot of it, though, is people don't know who themselves are. Like,
no, they don't. Know who I'm sorry to be touchy, but I'm very passionate about what I'm about to say. I have never seen so many people suffer from identity crisis or age. This is some shit you go through when you a teenager. Like, I don't know who I am. I'm gonna be rebellious to my parents and all this other. You almost 30. You should not have no identity crisis. You should be well aware of who you are.
In a sense, I agree. I mean, I've never, because honestly, I'll be honest. I was one of those people, like, when I was in college in my early
what key word did you say?
When I was in college.
Okay.
No, but I'm saying when I was at that time, when I was 18, 19, 20, I thought
that's very appropriate.
I thought identity crisis was a joke. Like, people would tell me, like, I would hear people in college say, like, I'm trying to find myself, and I would look like,
what that mean?
What the fuck you are? Like, you grown as hell. Like, not knowing you're not growing at 20. I'm like, but you better figure it out, But as I got older, when I graduated college and I got into the real world, and I got to the point where I'm like, okay, now I kind of see what they were going. I'll admit, when I was in college, I didn't have it all figured out, but I was one of those people that, I played football, I was on a football team, a lot of people knew me, so I kind of took on that persona of having it figured out. I was kind of one of those guys that made it seem like I had everything figured out, instead of actually taking time to figure out who I was. I didn't have it figured out, and it hit me later on in my late 20s, I would say 24 to 25, where I was just kind of like, who am I? Who am I? I would be at home and I would go to work. I would come home and it was like, okay, what do? I don't have football no more. I don't have work. I mean, I got work. I don't have football. I don't have class. My friends is gone. We all was from different cities. Fortunately, one of my best friends still was from Cincinnati. But it was like, what do you do? What do you do with yourself? Who am I? What am I going to do? I would try to do things that I would do in school, and it just... Some of it would feel right, some of it wouldn't. So, I mean, I can understand where they're coming from as far as having that identity crisis, but it's a difference between having an identity crisis and just completely trying to be something that you're not. And that's the shit that bothers me. That is my biggest pet peeve of anything. Like, I can hang with any type of person, whether you a nerd, whether you a rapper, whether you anything. I can dig with anybody. The one thing I cannot stand is a person that completely and utterly tries to be something that they're not. That gets to me, like, really under my skin. Like, it just bothers me to a point where it's like, that's not you. Why be that if that's not you? And And you can see like that. Sometimes it be so obvious when people like they're reaching to be something like.
Yes,
and I don't know why everybody a lot. And it happens with a lot of guys when they try to be tough.
I think so too, or like they try to be like the local drug dealer or something. You know, it's so many things are glorified.
I blame y'all for that. I blame girls for that. Yeah.
Really, nigga?
Why?
Because y'all, that's who y'all typically go for. And I'm not gonna say y'all, and I try not to include you because I know, you know, right my boy. You know, you married to my boy Ron. Shout out Ron. He ain't like that at all. But a lot of women typically, y'all give more attention to those kind of guys, and a lot of other guys we kind of feel like that's who we need to be to get attention from y'all. But again, that's another topic.
Yeah, it is. But as you can see, we have so many things we're going to be talking about on this show. But we wanted to just give you some insight on why,
how we just got off topic. What was we supposed to be talking about today?
I know.
I wanted to talk to you about your we was talking about your girl Cardi, because she came out and finally they said it to be that they was married. Her and Offset actually got married. I was trying to see how you felt about that, because that was, that's your girl, and she kind of held out on that info for a while.
Cardi.
She kind of held out on that info for a while. So.
I think that is great.
Really?
I think that it's okay.
Well,
it's okay to be private.
You're gonna agree with whatever she says.
Yeah, I am gonna agree with whatever Cardi says. I'm gonna agree. So I feel like if she didn't, that's how you know. I feel like that's how you know that she's with him for him. Because she didn't need the dress, the flowers, all of that big fantasy type wedding thing. She just wanted to have his last name, or she just wanted to have his hand in marriage or whatever.
I'm looking at it right now.
So I think that it's dope that they, went and did that without nobody really knowing. She said it was her, him, and a witness, her cousin. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I was gonna bring that up because, like I said, I think that's something dope. And like I ain't, I'm not the biggest Cardi. I don't dislike Cardi. I think Cardi dope. Like I think she as a person and a personality, she's dope. Like I don't. But I just kind of because I think today that's kind of one of the big issues is privacy, especially from a celebrity, man. Like people. They don't want you to be private, and it's like they don't, because I was listening, they was talking about it on the radio and they was taking incoming callers, and it kind of shocked me because I was expecting for people to have the same reaction that you had, like, oh man, that's cool, I think that was dope. But no, a lot of people was upset about it because they didn't know, and they felt like she owed that to them to be
like, why?
Yeah, like she owed that to them to let them know her every beck and move, and I don't understand that. Like I that's why I was like, let me ask Danielle, because she's an avid listener and avid fan of Cardi.
I love her.
Let me see how she felt about it. But your girl Beyonce and Jay,
they did the same thing. That's what I was going to say. They did the same thing. Nobody ever saw those pictures until On the Run, the first concert, On the Run Part 1. On the Jumbotron,
which
everybody was losing their mind. I
definitely be at the second one. We definitely going to the OTR too. So Jay-Z and Hov, if you hear somebody screaming, it won't be me. It'll be my fiance. I dig Jay-Z. Hov, you the man. But we'll be there, man. Sorry we missed the OTR 1, but we definitely gonna make the second one.
So the first one on the Jumbotron, it showed not all of them, but a lot of intimate pictures like of their wedding day and things like that. And that was the first time that people had ever saw anything wedding related for them, and that was years later. And I can appreciate that, because
I can, but I still feel like I should have got an invite. Hov, I've been rocking with you.
Well, see, the thing is, that was the first time everybody else saw it.
Hov, I should have got an invite.
I was there, so that was my I lied. That was my second time seeing the dress, the flowers, and stuff like that. That was everybody else's first time. So everybody was in awe, and I'm like, I already saw it. But anyway, I just feel like those type of things can still be kept intimate, and those things can still be kept private and intimate if you're in the public eye. But with our wedding, that's what I chose to do. Me and Ron decided that we didn't want phones. When I was coming down the aisle with my dad and everything like that, I feel like it sucks the intimacy and the sacredness out of a ceremony.
It's crazy that you say that, because I feel like people people take the intimacy out of anything.
Yes,
like,
they suck the life out of it. Literally,
how do you capture moments? Like
through a lens on your phone.
I never understood that. Like, it's a lot of times where I see, and I don't go out. Like, I don't really do clubs, or, but I know I'd be on Snap, or I'd be on a book or the gram or something, watching people, and it's like the whole time they in the club, they got their Snapchat going, they got their phone. I'm like, how the hell are you enjoying the club if you on your phone the entire time? Like,
because that shit boring.
What the club is?
Yeah, it's boring.
So where I go, like, I don't get it. I mean, I can crank the music up and listen to that shit in my house or my car and get drunk. I don't understand.
Right.
But I mean, I guess people go for the interaction. You go to meet people. You go to find somebody. I don't know. But but we know what y'all used to be on. I guess y'all used to go.
Boy, if you don't get
did I say it out loud?
Did you just indirectly call us Bob?
Not straight up. But yeah,
but being private, it's okay to be private. That's our line. If you don't remember nothing else, please remember it's okay to be private. I think people want to broadcast every single thing. And then if people don't broadcast it, then you ain't lit. Ain't shit happening in your life if you ain't posting it.
Well, I mean,
and just, about it's okay to be private and things like that, I think that people have a hard time staying private because of reality TV. As sad as that sounds, but we watch people on TV broadcast their most intimate moments in their lives.
Everything.
Yeah, as soon as you wake up, you got boogers in your eyes, there's a camera in your face, like you got your sleepy face on and everything. And I think us regular people, which they regular too, but people who don't have all the glitz and glam and things like that, I think we have a hard time.
I feel like I blame reality TV for everything. Like not everything, but I feel like
just like with the weddings and stuff. Like when we was talking about Cardi.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause Yandy, she broadcast Love and Hip Hop franchise. Yandy and Mendeecees broadcasted their wedding. Candy Burris and Todd, they broadcast theirs. They had their own little special. And it's somebody else that had their wedding broadcast.
Who'd you say? Wait, who'd you just say?
Gucci and Keisha Kaur.
Yeah, that shit took over BET.
Yeah, it took over BET. I mean, that's the most ratings that they done had since the BET Awards last year. So, people just, and I think people try to measure up and compare. You know what I'm saying?
I think that hurts a lot of people. That's why I say I blame reality TV for a lot, because in our culture, in our world, I see a lot of people trying to follow what they see in that reality TV, and wedding being one of them. Like, and I've listened to it. I've heard people. I've had people close to me deal with these same things. As far as like, they try to measure up to that standard, and it's like, you can't. You gotta.
You can't compete where you can't compare.
Right?
Is that what they said? You can't compare where you can't compare. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. But nah, seriously, it's like it is. It's crazy to me. I think it's ignorant. Like, and I don't, I ain't knocking a reality TV show. I think it's not the problem. Isn't with a reality TV show. I think the problem.
If they call me, we going. We going in.
Mona, if you need another spot, hit me up.
What you want me to do?
Yeah. But I don't think the problem is with reality TV. The problem is with reality. People really, really believe that they can be that, or that they make their lives comparable to that, and that's not the case. That's what you shouldn't do that, because everything on that so-called reality TV is not what it seems. I'm not saying that they're living by a script, but everything,
I said that they are.
I don't know. I can't.
Except you can tell what's real and what's not.
Right.
Like you can tell what's like with Rashida. When Kirk's mom passed away on an episode from this season, that was real. When his mom passed away and they was in the bedroom and she hugged him and all that stuff, and they was talking, you could tell that was a raw moment. You could just tell. Right. Now that other bullshit, I don't know, but that I know for a fact. I just know you can tell, like, the rawness in that scene. That was, they just caught that. Like, that happened out of the clear blue sky, and they caught it on camera.
Right. I mean, it's all like, to me, like I said, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes. I don't know what they cut and what they edited. But I do know, as far as reality goes, you cannot live your life like that. And I we deal with it. Even prior to, back when I was single. You deal with a lot of
put that in there.
a lot of women that think they are these women in these reality shows, and even not even in that sense. I have, even with other things outside of being in relationships, like, and I'm not even just harshing on the the Love and Hip Hop series, like even shows like like Dance Moms and all those other, you get these people that really think that they are living what they see on TV, and it's like, dude, this ain't that.
This ain't that.
But but as far as the whole privacy thing, that's what I was gonna say. When so I don't really watch the reality show, like I ain't really into it like that. But the parts that I do see, I think I rock with Rashida Mom's hard.
Miss Shirlene.
Yeah, Miss Shirlene. But so I seen she was I guess she was in Atlanta at the store that Rashida got, and people came. But did you see that when they came in? They tried to take a picture with her.
Yeah, I think they had it on video.
Yeah, she wasn't having it.
She cussed their ass out.
Did she? I think she did. I didn't hear it because I was driving. I was on my way to work today, and I heard it on the radio. And that was just, that kind of went to what we were talking about earlier, as far as I think it goes, like the privacy thing. Like, do you feel like you can do, not that you can do that, because obviously
can you handle that status?
Yeah, like, was she right?
All
do you think
the
she?
time.
Yeah, like,
yes.
Do you think she's right for that or not?
I think get the camera out my damn face. No, bitch, you cannot take my picture. I don't want a picture. I'm in here working, trying to do this. Ain't nobody got time for that all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But you have to be ready to accept that.
Yeah, like when you sign up for that, you do sign up for that.
You put your whole life out there.
Yeah, and then in the same breath, it's like, I get it, because you want to live a regular life too. But at the same time, when you sign up for that, you are signing up for that. And it's like, without these people that are coming to praise you and to not thank you, but make you a celebrity. Without them, you wouldn't be who you are. But I understand in the same breath, sometimes you just have days. I'm pretty sure those weren't the only people that came in and tried to get a picture with her. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure she's taking a lot of pictures. And some days you just don't be on it. Yeah,
but you sacrifice your privacy for a check.
It's hard to do that now with the way technology is and the way everything is recorded.
Yes,
everything is recorded. You cannot do nothing like
that. Is so true.
I mean, that you got to be on your P's. I was just telling my little brother that the other day, because he's in high school now and he's playing football. Like, everything. Yeah, everything. I'm telling you, everything you do is under the microscope now. As a high school athlete, like, everything you do matters. Like, everything you put on social media, everything you do out in public, you gotta be on your P's and Q's all the time. Like, it's just, and that's not even for celebrities. It's just crazy how the social media and technology, you can't live. And that's not even a worry for celebrities. That's a worry for everybody, because at any given moment you could slip up and make one miss move, and you all over the internet. You plastered and being crucified.
Except for the people that keep calling the police on people. They deserve to be exploited in the worst way on every social media account that anybody has.
Yeah, like the one lady. What's the lady with the phone with the little girl, and she caught her on it because she was trying to sell. She was selling,
and she didn't have a permit.
Yeah, like, man, beat it. That was sick. That was sickening. But that's, I mean, like, there's no privacy these days, and it's.
But you know what? I'm very, very happy about one couple I saw today. Remy and Papoose are expecting, and I am so excited.
Shout out Nikki. What up, Nikki?
We're not talking about her right now.
We always talking about Nikki.
We are talking about Remy, and congratulations to Remy and Pap. They're 4 months pregnant, and that
Did you say what? They were 4 months pregnant?
Yeah, that's their baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's
their baby.
You're right.
But they kept that under wraps, and I appreciate that they kept that private. Except for when she lost the first baby, they broadcasted it on the show. But since then, you haven't really heard anything or. I follow her on Instagram, and you kind of see them going to appointments and things like that, but they never really release details, you know what I'm saying? But for them to keep that under wraps, and then they renewed their vows, and they kind of opened up and told everybody, you know, in the way that they did, and that goes to show for them too that they're able to live a private life as well, because at their vow renewal, which they broadcasted like their wedding on the show last season. They've been married, but they had like the ceremony or whatever, but they renewed their vows because they've been married for 10 years, like over the weekend, I think. And she announced to their close family and friends that she's 4 months pregnant. And I think that that's exactly how it's supposed to go. Like, I'm just so happy for them.
I mean, yeah, you get, like, I think we talked about that before, where I was telling you how I think how times have changed so much. When I remember I had to be about, let's see, 6, 7, 8. I don't remember how old I was.
You gave 3 ages.
I know, right?
6, 7, 8.
Somewhere in that time frame when the Best Man came out, when the movie
you
Best Man.
You was 7-ish.
Just around there, yeah. I ain't gonna, I'm like a woman today. I ain't gonna reveal my true age for y'all. But when that movie came out, and I can distinctly remember being in a setting with adults. We were in the living room watching the movie, and it got to the part where they were at.
Why were you 7 watching The Best Man?
What's wrong with watching? I might have the best 7 though. I could have been a little older. That was a guesstimate. I'm gonna have to Google that.
You was older. I think you was older.
I had to be like 11, 12.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't act like you ain't watch shit when you were 7.
Not The Best Man.
Well, no, oh wait.
Yeah.
I was a little older then. I went 7.
Yeah, I think you was older. I think you just got your ages.
But I can remember being in that setting, right, and in the room with adults, grown adults watching it, and it got to the point where they was at the rehearsal dinner, and Nia Long's character Jordan, she was trying to convince Morris Chestnut's character to record the wedding and put it. You know, she worked at BET at the time and was trying to get it on camera for the public to see, and he was just real adamant. No, he was just saying no. He was
because he was an athlete in that movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. He was extremely adamant about that. No, I'm not. This is something. It's private. It's intimate. We're not gonna do that. And she, you know. And then I can remember the adults in the room kind of agreeing with it and going like, you know, I feel him, like, you know, because I remember somebody might have said something like, damn, he was just rude as hell to her. And then, no, I feel that. Like, why would he, you know, that's something you don't put out there for everybody to see. Now it's like the complete opposite. It's like 180, like, and now I'm pretty sure a motherfucker would jump at that opportunity. What, you want to record my wedding? Like, yeah, go ahead, put it out there. Everybody can see. And I don't really dig that. I kind of feel like I agree with you. This is one of the rare moments you're gonna see us agree. But
yes, somebody write it down.
Those are some of those things you just don't. And that's not a knock to the people that have done it. It's one of those moments where, to me, I personally feel like we inviting people to this wedding for a reason. If I wanted everybody there, I would. Like,
people go live at weddings.
Yeah, like don't do that. Don't
so
go
irritating.
live at a wedding. Like, if I wanted everybody to see it, I would have invited everybody.
Right.
And maybe that's just me being an asshole or what. I don't know. But I just feel like, you know, just that's not something you do. And I can remember being at y'all wedding, and I felt good because as I was standing back there, ushering, you know, doing my thing, letting everybody. And I remember looking out on the crowd. I remember like, damn, ain't nobody got their phone now. Everybody hands is down. Everybody's focused on what's happening right then.
Right.
Like this is cool. Like when you go to other events and everybody just, you know, it's like, you know, how do you enjoy something looking through here, and it's right there. So
then you can't see, and then it's just too much.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people get mad when you tell them that they can't record something or they can't take pictures.
Definitely.
Like, people get mad.
We had that. Remember at the engagement party we had for Lauren?
Yeah.
A lot of people got. I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but some people couldn't understand why
you didn't want that recorded. That was a monumental moment for you. That was intimate for you. That was sacred. You stepped outside of your comfort zone.
A nervous ass moment.
Yeah.
Get that shit on.
To even produce something like that, and then you got people who it's kind of disrespectful, if you ask me.
I think you know, it definitely is, man. So
if somebody wishes for you not to,
it's nothing wrong with being private. Like, it's nothing wrong with it at all. People, I don't know if it's just people just nosy or whatever, but there's nothing wrong with being private. Like,
it's okay to be private, everybody. It's okay to be private. And I think that pretty much sums up what we got to say today.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot more coming. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Check this out, man. Don't something. I forgot what I was doing.
You lost your channel.
I did.
Make sure you share and like it. It will be on YouTube this Sunday at 7:30. This Sunday is July the 8th, and it will be posted at 7:30. You'll see it on our Facebook and on our YouTube channel, and we appreciate everyone for just giving us so much support, and all the people that's working behind the scenes for us, whether you help with the set, the camera person, creative designers, or whatever.
Yeah, shout out to our team, man. It's definitely
our team. It takes more than just us to do this.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work and a lot of
to get
time.
us here and doing a lot of these stuff that we doing. We got a lot more coming for y'all, not just us sitting here talking. We got a lot more that we gonna have and that we putting together for us. This is for us and our people. This is something that we're doing. This is something that we're gonna continue to do. So please stay tuned and check us out. Like I said, we got a lot more things coming your way. Like I said, this is definitely something that you want to check out. That's pretty much it. You got,
nope.
We good.
And thanks so much for tuning in to our first episode of The Forum, where we do our culture,
our ways. So continue to check us out. We out of here, people.